It's time for Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust, North American Lighting, Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, Terry Elliston State Farm Insurance, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, the Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram Waste Disposal, the Skating Rink, and our affiliate sponsors, the Mary Lou Pine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Paris Sports Network production of Paris Tiger football tonight as the Paris Tigers entertain the Tolono-Unity Rockets, a very good football team coming to town tonight. Plenty of seats left, starting to fill up. Come out and watch a good football game tonight between the Paris Tigers and Tolono-Unity Rockets. My partner, Lenny Irwin, alongside Nathan Bell, our engineer tonight. And we're about 3 minutes away, but usually they put a little time on the clock. When the players get back out, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, Lenny.
You never know, that's for sure. And like I said, the Rockets are already out on their sideline ready. The Tigers just now coming through the big inflatable Tigers. I haven't seen them actually come out, but I've seen them run into it, so they're in there getting all psyched up and ready to go. The Tigers did win the toss, but they deferred to the second half. So
a huge crowd tonight, Lenny. I mean, this is a huge crowd from Paris out to see this.
Pretty good crowd for sure.
Out to see this game tonight, and a lot of cars here from Unity, but not a whole lot of people is what I would say. But there's a lot of people standing along the sidelines, and a lot of them set up over on the hill and stuff. But Unity follows their football team. That's all they breathe, drink, and eat up there in Tolono is Unity football.
I don't know. They're pretty tough in girls softball, and
yeah, I'm
not sure about baseball, but I know girls softball's pretty tough.
But tell you a little bit about Unity. So far, they're 2-1 on the season. They lost to Prairie Central, which is Fairbury, Cropsey, Strawn, and a couple of other towns, small schools, but they're kind of becoming a powerhouse. Prairie Central is, and Tolono-Unity likes to run the football, Lenny, and they had problems with Prairie Central's line, about like we had last week against Harrisburg.
Yeah, that's for sure. We just had a hard time getting anything established last week, and our outside defense was unable to contain Harrisburg as they pretty well run the sweeps and throw those passes out in the flats, and we just, for whatever reason, we just didn't have the outside containment like we should have, I don't think. So.
Well, they had much the same thing against Prairie Central, a mammoth line, and just couldn't run the football, and that's what they're known for this year is running the football. We're going to see a lot of it tonight. They can throw the football, but only if they definitely have to. So going to be a huge running game tonight out of Tolono. The Paris Tigers coming off of a big loss down at Harrisburg. The Bulldogs were just too big for the Tigers. Like you said, we just couldn't get anything going all night long, Lenny.
Didn't seem like it, no. We played them pretty even in the first half. It was tied at half, 7-7, but we forgot to come back out of the locker room the second half.
And tonight, the Paris Tigers are without the services of our one of our running backs, but also, more importantly, our middle linebacker, the guy that calls the signals out there from Coach Claude. And that's going to be a big loss for us. Ethan Curl out of the ball game tonight, got injured last week.
Yeah, he's over on the sidelines. He's got his jersey and stuff on, but he's on crutches, got that knee all braced and bandaged up. And like you said, that's a tough loss.
Every day.
Yes, it is. We're getting set for the kickoff, and Tolono-Unity, the Rockets will be receiving as Ingham gets ready to kick it off for the Paris Tigers. I'm Jim Taylor, Lenny Irwin alongside, shaking off the rust again this year, Lenny.
Yeah,
but
that's for sure.
It's always nice to be back with you.
Yep, BJ had a field trip today, and we wasn't sure what time he was going to get back, but I think he's back, and he'll be out here at some point in time this evening. But
right. We'll fill in for him till he does, or whatever he wants to do. England set to go. Hand in the air, and the boot is on the way. It's a low kick. Coming down short at the 30. The running back is number 26 on the return, Halen Daly. I think they were trying to keep it away from the deep man, which was number 20, Aiden Porter.
Well, they're going to start on about their 42-yard line, so they got good field position.
Pick up the Tiger defense for you, see who's in Curl's spot tonight. Right now, it kind of looks like Mason Burns is in that spot tonight, number 45. Long count this time, and we have
flag already.
Flag already.
False start.
It just kind of looked like the wide receiver out there, Aiden Porter, maybe moved just a little bit. He was looking his direction when he threw the flag up. So 1st and 15 for the Rockets as they're set to go. The running back, Matt Brown, 6'2", 185 pounds. He carries the football right off the left tackle and didn't get too much.
Yeah, picked up a couple. I guess they give him 3, so.
A lot of people listening tonight from far away. I want to say hello to some of my family, Bill and Gayla Taylor, and Angie and Tommy Cravens, all the way out to Post Falls, Idaho.
There you go, yeah.
Listening on tonight. They listen to about every game.
That's good to have you back in the seat tonight and filling in. So
appreciate it, Lenny.
Just like old times.
Quarterback keeper goes right side. Not much there.
Yeah, as I say, he didn't get much. So
that was Cale Rawdon.
Bring up about 3rd and 11. So.
All right, so a good first series for the Tiger defense. You look at Tolono's line, though, Lenny. They're pretty good size.
They are pretty good size.
Not as big as Harrisburg was. Rawdon calls out the signals, goes to his right on the move, pass ahead, and we're close to a first down as the catch was made. And that was number 9, Jay Saunders. He is a 6'3" junior. Very, very close, and they give it to him. First down, Rockets. Ball resting at about the Paris Tiger 48. So the Rockets set to go. Wide receivers overpowered to the left side. And the back is Matt Brown. As Rawdon calls out the signals. Handoff to Brown. Brown goes around the left side, sweeps it back inside, and he's going to pick up about 7 to 8 on the play, Lenny.
Yeah, that was our weakness last week when they'd run that sweep like that to the either side. We just had trouble getting somebody out there to turn it back in and keep the containment. So
Gabe Winans and Crippa's in on the stop for the Paris Tigers. Second down, let's call it 3 or 4. And the pass is intercepted by Quinn. Good job, Tigers.
Yeah, Krippus, I think, with the interception.
That pass was intended for Will Cowan, a 170-pound senior for the Rockets, and just stepped right in front, took it. Good job, Paris Tigers. So we'll go on offense for the first time tonight. As we're going to send Patel out to the left side, Trey Lee to the other. Twins right. Kripp is with it, tries to go up the middle, and he's going nowhere.
That's Rogers. I figured Krippus would be quarterback, but that.
Wow, it is Drew Rogers starting tonight for Paris. As Ty King checks in to one of the wideout spots. The running back's Calvin Rigdon right now. Claude sends the play in as Rogers set to go. Back to pass, goes over to the flat to Ty King. And incomplete. Be 3rd and 10 for Paris. Kind of a different look here to start the ball game with Drew Rogers, the sophomore, starting at quarterback.
It definitely is, yeah.
Drew does a good job. We're set to go. 3rd down and 10 for Paris. Ball at the 48-yard line of Paris. Back to passes. Rogers being chased. Goes out in the flat and incomplete. Intended for Rigdon. Bring up 4th and 10. And the punting team's coming in.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to see the offense start, especially after getting that big turnover.
Right. As England will be back to punt. Landon has done a good job for the Paris Tigers this year. Nobody back deep for Tolono. Nobody back there, Lenny.
No, I don't think they expected us to punt, apparently.
Oh,
man,
just did roll.
Did make it to the end zone.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockets of Unity. Nice night for football tonight. Just beautiful temperatures right now. I know it was a little warm today, but right now it's just perfect for football weather. The Rockets set to go. They'll start at the 20. As Ralden calls out the signals. Hand off to Brown. Tries that left side again, and he's not having much luck on that left side, Lenny.
Sure not.
Picked up 1. So not the kind of start that I expected out of Unity, and that's good for the Paris Tigers.
It is.
Playing good defensive ball game so far against Unity. K.O. Ralden calls out the signals for the Rockets. Receivers both side. Hand off again to Brown. Up the middle he goes. Brought down by several Tigers. Gabe Winans, one of them, coming up off the pile. Calvin Rigdon there to bring him down. 3rd down, big down here for Unity. Call it 3rd and 6.
That's the way I call it. I think the scoreboard says 3rd and 5, but it looks more like 6 to me. So.
Back to pass is Unity. Chance to be sacked, and he's knocked out of bounds.
It's going to be short of the 1st down. So.
Should bring up 4th down and 2. Let's call it 3. 4th down and 3 for Unity. And if I remember these guys from the past, it's hard to tell when they're going to punt because they don't break into it right away. They're lined up here to run a play, Lenny.
They sure look that way.
Now the guys are rushing back up, and a quick timeout by the Paris Tigers. We'll take one as well. We'll be back right here on Paris Sports Network.
Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Welcome back to Paris Tigers Stadium. I'm Jim Taylor, Lenny Irwin alongside as Unity was setting up to run a play, it looked like, but that's the way they do. Then they drop back in punt formation. So they are in punt formation now, and they will kick the ball away. It's going to go over the head of everybody. And it's going to come to rest pretty close to the 30, but it's going to stop right about the 31. Where it will be Paris Tigers starting out 1st and 10. Unity getting off to a very slow start, and this is good to see for the Paris Tigers.
Yeah, now if we could just get our offense untracked and get moving.
The running back this time is Calvin Rigdon.
Well, I'm thinking Krippus is going back in at quarterback this time.
Yep, he is. Krippus into the ball game at quarter. I don't know if it had anything to do with it or not, Lenny, but he was messing around with his helmet down there. So
after he made that interception?
Yeah. All right, Krippus on the keeper. He's up to the 50 and into Rocket territory. Nice run, Brady Krippus. Get this offense started here. Put a little scare in Unity.
Yeah, for sure. That's 24 quick yards for Krippus.
Ball resting at the 44 of Unity. As he'll send Trey Lee out to one side.
Looks like Audie Patel the other side.
Coming in is Ty King also going to the strong side. Krippus calling out the signals. The lone back is Calvin Rigdon. Or check that, Mason Burns, and he gets the handoff. I seen that 4, but I couldn't see the 5. And Rigdon will pick up 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Paris Tigers. Burns stays in at the running back. Krippus so far the best run of the night. Picked up 24 like Lenny told you. No score in the ball game. Handoff goes to Mason Burns. Goes around the left side, still fighting, and is pushed out of bounds.
I say they never did bring him down, but
he got the 1st down. Paris Tigers. 6:16 left in the 1st quarter. Patel to one side. And Krippus and number 3 checked in. That's Trey Lee. Here's the snap. Ball carrier is Krippus around the left side. He's going to pick up some yardage. So it's going to be 2nd and about 7 for the Paris Tigers. Good Paris crowd on hand tonight, Lenny.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Stands full. Krippus calls out the signals. Rolls to his right, looking to pass. Got a completed pass there, but not for much yardage. And that was Rigdon on the receiving end. Or remember those days, Lenny, when you had a little light to write your stats at,
Yeah.
and we'd have to turn the light off in the booth because it reflected off the glass or took the glass out, one of the two.
Yeah, this is a lot better up here now.
Yes, it is.
Now we even got heat and air conditioning in here. So.
That's right. And we have a false, not a false start, but a jump offside there by Unity. 3rd and 1 now for Paris, as Rogers will check in as a wide receiver this time. Ty King into the ball game.
Boy, these are the kind of downs you like. 3rd and real short, 3rd and 1. You could do just about anything.
You bet. Rogers calls out the signals, or Crippas, I mean. Goes left side and picks up close to the first down. Very close. All right.
Yep, that's what they said. I'm going to give him about 2 maybe.
Ball's going to rest pretty close to the 20-yard line in Unity territory. About 4:57 left first quarter. Long snap count. Rogers, the quarterback, out into the flat. It goes to Ty King. King fighting for yardage. That time they used Brady Crippas as a wingback.
Mm-hmm.
So Claude really mixing it up tonight.
He is, yeah.
As it looks like Drew's going to stay at the quarterback spot. Let's see where he sends Crippas this time. Out to the wide out on the long side of the field. We're over on the right hash mark, going to the north. Unity going to the south. There's a pass play, and it's incomplete off the hands of Trey Lee. So 3rd down for Paris.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 7, so. You don't have to get all of it on this one, but it's sure nice to get at least 5, 6 of it anyway.
Seen several more passes, Lenny, in this first quarter than what we normally do. And I think it maybe got Unity a little bit off here defensively.
Crippas in the backfield now with Rogers.
Back to pass again, looking for Crippas in the flat, and overthrew it. Going to bring up 4th. I'm sure we'll go. It would be about a, I wouldn't see us doing this, but it'd be a 30-some yard field goal. So Kripp is taking the play this time. I think he's going to go to quarterback. Rigdon to be the running back as Rogers comes out. Ty King to one side along with Patel. Trey Lee on the other. Crippas keeps it himself. He's going to run it around the left side. Still on his feet. Down inside the 10, and we got ourselves first down.
I think we got a first down. Yes, sir.
We did. Good job by Brady Kripp. Has kept those feet driving. So Kripp stays in at quarterback this time. Gets the count, goes to the right side, he's going to keep it himself, cuts it inside, and I think I saw a block in the back, Lenny. I'm not sure. But he's down close.
Holding is what they're going to call.
Holding.
So that'll back us up.
That hurts.
Yep, that'll back us up.
That hurts at this point because
it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so.
getting close to scoring here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game between Tolono-Unity and the Paris Tigers.
Ball's clear back on about the 19, looks like. It'll be first and goal from the 19.
It looks like Krippas is going to be the quarterback this time with Calvin Rigdon, the running back. Your wideouts remain the same with Trey Lee and Audie Patel. Snap to Krippas, drops back, going to pass, looking for Lee. Incomplete. Oh. Boy, I thought he had it. Yeah, he's, there's a flag, unsportsmanlike on Trey.
Oh, man.
I think he's trying to tell the official that he caught that ball.
Well, I think he did too,
but the official right there to make the call.
And then you get a penalty for jaw. You just can't argue with the officials. So
no replay in high school, folks. So no sense in arguing, even though you maybe caught that ball, but you're just asking for 15-yard penalty. And that's going to move it all back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's 15 yards for unsportsmanlike.
So that's going to bring up second and goal from the 34. As Krippas, quarterback, along with Calvin Rigdon in the backfield. Back to pass is Krippas. Going to keep it himself and pulled down. That's a horse collar tackle.
Yep, I think they're going to get them for face mask or something maybe. It's one or the other.
Yeah, it's one or the other. Horse. I think it's a horse collar myself. No, face mask.
Face mask.
Good eyes, Lenny. So we got our 15 back. Going to stay at second down and 19. Second and goal. Tigers can't get a first down, so we got to come up with
score. Yeah,
got to come up with 20 yards here.
Rogers is back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now.
Rogers is the quarterback now, looking out to the flat, completes the pass, but boom, right away. I think it was Ty King that caught the ball. So third and goal now from the 21 of Unity. What's a golden opportunity? The Tigers just got to take advantage of this. 2 minutes and 28 seconds and counting down here in the first quarter.
Well, it looks like they're going to leave it up to Rogers because Krippas is over here on the sideline.
Yeah, he's rubbing that calf out a little bit. He might have had a cramp. Rogers in the shotgun. Looks for the receiver. Airs it out, and it's almost picked off by Unity inside the 5. Fourth and goal from the 21 for Paris.
And like you said, it'd be a 38-yard field goal if they tried that, and I don't see that happening. So.
No, but I think England could do it. I think he could make a 38-yard field goal, but at this point in the game, first quarter, Tigers are going to go for it. Back to pass is Rogers being rushed.
Oh, man.
Had one over the middle,
Yeah,
Sky
we did.
King.
Set up the little screen to King, and
That would have been a good call there with that blitz coming. There was a lineman right in his face. So Unity will take over on downs inside their territory. So a couple of penalties hurt the Tigers in this round, Lenny.
yeah, they sure did.
We had it inside the 5 at one point there. So a minute 58 left, first quarter. Quarterback completes the pass. That was Jay Saunders on the receiving end.
That should be enough for a first down.
Yep, it is. First down, Lenny. Pick up 11 on the play. Clock running, a minute 40 left here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Unity with the ball. And there's a false start right there.
For sure. That'll back them up 5.
Good for the Paris Tigers. Unity really out of sync tonight.
They seem to be,
to start this ball game for a ranked team. Minute 23 left, first quarter. As Cale Rawdon calls out the signals. In the shotgun. Handoff, Matt Brown up the middle.
Nothing.
Nothing there.
He might have got a yard or two, but.
Good tackle on that play by number 70, Mason Boatman. Had some help from Mason Burns. Also, Gabe Winans in on the stop. Tigers defensively, you can't argue with their defense tonight. Pass in the air for Unity, complete. He's off to the races. Paris trying to chase him down and does. Drew Rogers, I believe, on the stop. Still haven't really got the number on the receiver. Number 12 was the receiver, and that was Dalton O'Neill. So Unity ready to go offensively here, in Paris out of sync defense. They have to get ready, and they do. And now we got a flag on the play. False start as the one of the wide receivers moved that time. Paris defense was not ready, Lenny, and Unity didn't catch it, or they could have had a playoff there. And
well, I think maybe they did see it, and that's why they had the false start, because they was wanting to go so quick, and that everybody wasn't ready yet.
Unity going to let this quarter end as we're counting down 7 seconds. They're going to let this quarter in. And we're going to keep it right here a minute and talk. But that is the end of the first quarter. Our score 0-0 between Tolono-Unity Rockets and the Paris Tigers. But Unity down into Paris territory. And so wanted to thank everybody for listening to me tonight, as BJ Pheasant's going to be stepping in my place here shortly. And wanted to thank you once again, Lenny, for including me tonight.
Hey,
and I enjoyed it.
Glad you were able to fill in for us, because we wasn't sure what time Beej was going to get back, but
right,
we knew he was stepping out for a field trip today, and you never know sometimes. So,
but we'll give it to BJ, and you guys can talk a little bit about that first quarter. It was a pretty interesting first quarter.
Well, Bub, once again, I want to thank you for filling in, so good job.
We got to put him to work more often.
Yeah, just like old times.
Yeah, it is.
I see you survived your field trip today. So
I did survive. It was interesting, to say the least. We got to go to Springfield and check out Lincoln's home, the museum, the Capitol building, all that.
That'll be something those kids will never forget, that's for sure. So.
You know what I'll never forget? We had a student got his knee stuck in the guardrail inside Lincoln's home in the display, or he was leaning on the rail and stuck his leg between the bars. And
oh, man.
Got his knee stuck. That was a first for me. Our group had to leave us, and we wiggled him out. It all ended well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, we're about ready for second quarter action. The Tigers played a good, solid first quarter, so hopefully we can keep it up this second half or second quarter.
All right. If completion here on first down, he's going to be run out at about 7 yards there, it looks like. I didn't have a roster. I watched some of that first quarter. You might have to help me with a few names here. We'll catch up. Who is their quarterback there, Lenny?
13, K.O. Rawdon.
K.O. Rawdon, all right. Keep it himself that time. And got to have a touchdown.
Matt Brown.
Matt Brown got it.
He's the big running back. So
I got a pull. Right there in front of the end zone. That'll put Unity on top now, 6-0 here early in the second quarter. I haven't moved the ball extremely well against the Tigers other than the big long pass reception that I saw. Just enough there, so I'll set up now for the extra point attempt. Jacob Maxwell with the kick. The hole's down. The kick is high and far. And apparently straight as well because it's good. And we've got a 7-point advantage now for Tolono, leading the Tigers 7-0. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Paris Sports Network.
Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics.
Just over 11 minutes to go. Actually, it's 11 minutes, 50 seconds. Hey, Lenny, if you look this way, you get a reflection on the clock. And you don't try to read it backwards. I'll give you that little tip there because I tried to read that backwards and that doesn't work.
Doesn't work,
No,
doesn't it?
Look at the real clock on this side. 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the first half. The Tigers trailing now 7-0 against Tolono. Boy, how big was that?
Yeah, that big pass
couple
play.
penalties there early, and
couple
then
penalties and the 53-yard
big pass
play. And
you play 60 minutes, and sometimes it comes down to just a couple moments like that. And hopefully we make some more moments here through the rest of the game, get past that. Unity now set to kick off at the 40-yard line. Maxwell, good. High
man,
kick.
I reckon that is deep, too.
Back of the 3. I think I'd let that one gone. Returns it out to only the 16-yard line. Maybe the 17.
That's not good. That's probably an illegal block by us, I'm guessing.
I was looking for the number of the guy on the return there, Lenny. Do you have a 6?
Yeah, Quinn.
Quinn, okay.
Jaden Quinn. Let's see. You didn't get...
Oh, I'm looking at their roster. Never mind. It's right there, Jaden Quinn. That happens. You hop in the middle there. You look at the wrong rosters. And
I'll say here's their roster here if you need it.
okay. Got this one here. That'll work too.
Okay.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Rogers back at quarterback. In the shotgun, takes a snap. Reed hands off right up the middle. Short game of about 3. Oh, I gave him 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Who
Ball
carried
spotted
it,
at the 20-yard line.
Carried it? Was it Krippus or no? Burns.
Burns is back there in the backfield now. 45 and 15. If they don't get turned quite the right way,
I know.
A little hard to see.
It is.
11:19 to go. I forget, too, that people are watching the game. I don't necessarily have to give the time constantly during the broadcast. Rogers out of the shotgun again. Hands off again up the middle. Burns bounces to the left. Ow, he had one arm tackle to beat. Gets spun around, only picks up a few. Going to give him 2 yards on it. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Not 3rd and 6, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, it looks like Krippus is still down here fighting cramps. Trainer's got him right down here in front of us.
I was going to, this is my first Tiger football game this year. Rogers stays in the shotgun, barks a couple signals. Trying to get him to jump. They don't budge, so now he'll have to run the play. 10:25 on the clock. Snap rolling to his right.
Oh,
Loses
he dropped
the ball. And Unity's all over it, I think.
They're saying they are anyway. I don't. Yep.
Unity football at the Paris 10-yard line. Have they swapped Rogers in and out a lot like this the first couple games?
The first home game that I did with Lawrenceville, they brought him in, it's probably second half because we had a big lead and he played some. And then I think it was maybe his little brother, Braden Rogers, played some in the fourth quarter.
$10:15 on the clock. First and not quite goal from the 11-yard line, 12-yard line. Dropping back to pass over the middle. And he just chucks it out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. I think Rodden just kind of gave up on that one and chucked it away safely. Bringing up 2nd and 10 now from the 11. Well, the old days of seeing the teams going back and huddling up and calling a play and coming back up to the line, and those have kind of gone away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moves it a little faster, though, when they get a call in quickly. Quick throw off to the right. Pass is complete, and he's in for
Number
the score.
7, Will Cowan.
Nobody touched him on that one. That'll
Nope.
make it 13-0. One of the Tiger defensive ends over there got a hand up in the air, but still about 6-8 inches short from getting to the ball. This kid's got a leg on him. I'd like to see him try to crank like a 40-50 yarder before the game's over. High snap. That was trouble, though, and it's partially blocked. All right. That'll make it 13-0, 10:04 on the clock. We'll be back in just a moment on the Paris Sports Network.
Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153.
It's a 13-0 deficit right now for our Tigers against the visiting Tolono-Unity. Are they the Rockets?
Yep.
I thought so. Tolono, here in the past, I don't know, 10 years or so, or just traditionally, they've had a pretty good program up there.
They sure have, yep.
And you could kind of say that about Paris over the last, seven years or so. We've had ever since we've moved out here to this new school, things have started to look up a little bit. And in, like you said, the last 6 years, several playoff appearances, a lot of winning records. We got a work cut out for us this year, though. We're coming in, I believe, 1-2 on the season.
Yep.
And trailing now 13-0 in the second quarter, 10:04 to go. Maxwell to kick again. High, but not as far this time. One hop picked up by the Tigers. Cutting and twisting, but never really got it started out was Ty King. Kickoff returns are always better when they can get squared up and turn the jets on, you know, and see that speed that some of these guys have. He never got a chance to turn it on that time. Ball be spotted at the Paris 29-yard line. Rogers still out there at quarterback. In the backfield with him will be Calvin Rigdon. Fakes it, pass quick out to the left, complete. Ty King makes the first guy miss, spins past another one, but then he gets stacked up pretty quick. They give him about 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down. We've run a lot of those screens already tonight, and this Tolono team is out there in a hurry.
Yeah,
they are very quick sideline to sideline. We haven't really tried a power game up the middle too much on them, but that's where I've seen Krippus have some success, is going up the middle through them. Out of the shotgun again. Trips to the left this time. Quick pass to the right. Snagged. One tackle broken. Good haul that time by Trey Lee. Took a 2-yard pass all the way down to the 50-yard line. Big first down for the Tigers, almost into Tolono territory. I will admit, when he dropped back and looked at Lee, I was thinking, oh, he's kind of covered.
I was going to say, I didn't see that going that far.
Great job, and a big run up the middle now. Another first down for the Tigers. Calvin Rigdon punched it right up the middle for about 11.
That's his first carry tonight.
Well, this team is from Tolono, really fast sideline to sideline. I do want to see what happens when we run a few up the gut. We've seen some success, and Rigdon did a good one there of 11 yards. First and 10, ball at the 39-yard line of Tolono. Lee and Wells coming to the near side now. King and Patel out wide to the left. Handoff again up the middle. Covering the ball, two hands. Storming his way up the middle is Rigdon again. I like that. Rigdon kind of stepped through one tackle, put two arms on that ball.
Yeah, make sure you protect it for sure.
And just kept those knees driving. I love that form. A little dinged up possibly there. He's going to step out for a second. They're going to bring in Mason Burns, who did well earlier in the game. So now Wells, King, and Patel trips out to the left side wide. Burns in the backfield now with Rogers. Unity got two safeties deep on us. Rogers sees that, keeps it himself up the middle. Just shy of a first down. He's going to get a yard. I'll make it 3rd and 1. 7:30 on the clock here in the first half. Tigers trailing 13-0.
Well, we really need to punch this one in, Beej.
Yes, we do. I hate to go. That gives them a lot of time for another drive if we don't complete this. And to go in 3 scores at the halftime is not insurmountable, but a whole lot harder.
Yeah, for sure.
We need another score. I don't mind going down 1.
Right now we need 1 yard, though.
There we go. Tuck that ball up. That's going to depend on the spot. He might be a little short. I think the tackle might be what propelled him towards the line. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to measure, but we sure need this first down.
Boy, I hope they're using hope they're missing a link or something in that chain tonight. Tigers will come over to the sideline here as they're measuring. And it is. They're double checking the tight. Oh, just.
Oh, man, are you kidding?
It's got to be no more than a link or two.
Maybe a playing card.
Maybe. Oh, I saw a clip one time where the official pulled that little note card that they tend to have in their pocket out and ran it between the ball and the post to prove that he didn't get it because the players were screaming such a fit. It was so close, and that's. You look at the yard marker, it looks like we're 6 inches away, but there's no way. That's just the way the poles are leaning. It's got to be super close. 6:42 to go. Clock is ticking. Offense out there in a hurry, down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
They ain't going to
No
get it
delay a game.
Dang.
You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me. Man, oh, man. That's just uncalled for.
Oh, my. All right, that's a big 5-yard penalty. Now looking at 4th and 6 instead of 4th and inches. Basically 4th and 5, but it's not even 5 yards. You're looking like 4th and almost 4. It was so short. Burns comes out. Ty King comes in. Rogers in at quarterback with Rigdon in the backfield. He'll set up on his right. He's going to roll straight back. Dumps it off. And we lose a yard. King had the completion, but the screen that was open earlier on this end, and we missed it. That time they convert it, just unable to get up the field. Ball will change on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Unity at their own 35-yard line. Oh, that is a heartbreaker there, Lenny.
Yes, it is. Yep, that hurt.
Defense shifting around for Paris. Deep look. Overthrew him. They hit that one last time. Pass intended for number 3. I don't think so. Turn around, guy. 9. That's better.
Yeah.
Jay Saunders over there. Rodden able to sit back there with no pressure at all on that play and just lobbed it a little too far. Stop the clock at 6:21. 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right this time. Just off the hands of Saunders that time. Incompletion brings up 3rd and 10. Clock at 6:15. This is a huge down for the Tigers. We can stop them here and get the ball back with some time on the clock. You know, we got some momentum going here. I love the fact that they've got the play clocks sitting in the end zone. And you can see them now. That definitely is helpful to the players. Screen pass out to the right is complete. And he's got the first down. Needed 10, picked up almost 15, about 14 yards. Ball out to the Unity 49-yard line.
That was Aiden Porter on the reception that time. And like you said, Beej, it was just a little 5-yard pass out there in the flat, but he picked up all the rest of it on his own. I think Krippus has got more issues than just cramps now because he's laying up there on the training table. And
oh, he got loose from us that time all the way down to the 30-yard line.
That was a running back, Matt Brown.
Well, the Tigers trying to get off the field in time, does so. They're going to go to the right again. Short gain, 5:30 on the clock. Tigers subbing several guys in and out. Like you said, Grippus down here on the training table. They're still checking him out. Rodden drops back in the shotgun. One back to his left. Twins to the left as well. Now changing the play, I think. Low snap. Barely got that handoff off.
Yeah, he did, but Brown took it on the run and never missed a step and picked up about 7.
I'm not sure if he handed it to him or tossed it to him.
I'm not sure either, but I'll give him 6, I guess.
That'll move it down to the 24-yard line with 4.5 to go. Handoff off the right side. It's kind of a first down. Matt Brown, the 6'2", 185-pound senior. Moving the chains for Tolono, 4:23 to go. All right, Tolono's got the play. 17 seconds on the play clock. Tiger defense shuffling around. We're not ready. Guy's out of position now as he gets the ball around the left end.
Man, Brown's got one guy to beat.
Good open field tackle there by Ty King.
King stopped him from the touchdown, but he's going to be on about the 3-yard line, so. Picked up 16 on that carry.
All right, 1st and 3 at the, obviously, 3-yard line. 3 receivers wide to the right, looking to his right. Pass is complete and in for the score.
Flag on the play. I'm not sure what that was for.
Coming in the secondary. A defensive holding or something, possibly.
Offensive pass interference.
So they were either holding a defender or preventing us from getting to the ball, pushing off, or. That'll back them up. That helps us out a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Takes the points off the board. It makes it 1st and 14 on the 14-yard line. Both teams tonight having some issues getting out of their own way.
Yeah, for sure.
That bumped them back a little further. Ball out to the, is that the 19-yard line?
That's the way I see it, yeah.
Oh, wide open, hangs on to the ball just shy of the end zone. Dalton O'Neill, the receiver on that one, brought down just shy of the end zone by Ty King. 2nd and goal now. Handoff up the middle. And he's in for the score. Matt Brown with the touchdown. 19-0. Oh, I don't like this feeling, Lenny. It's been a long time since I've watched the Tigers fall behind like this early in a game.
Yep.
Used to be fairly frequent. You get used to it, and then when that stops happening, you stop. I don't want to say you stop liking it, but you notice it. That'll bump them back 5 yards, but they're going to need a lot more than that to make Maxwell have a hard time. He's got a big, strong leg. Last time, though, a high snap did him in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this being a problem if they execute.
Good snap, good hold, great kick. And it's 20 to nothing. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment on the Paris Sports Network.
If you're looking for agricultural, business, or personal loans, Longview Bank and Trust has you covered. They can even help you with investment options and online banking. With locations in Paris, Crispin, Georgetown, and Marshall, they're always ready with the services you need. Look them up online at longviewbt.com.
It's a 20 to nothing deficit right now for the Tigers here in the second quarter. 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. Lenny, I mentioned earlier this is my first game this season that I've got to broadcast for the Tigers. I've been able to tune in here on the Paris Sports Network and watch some chunks of games here and there. What is it that we do best on offense? What is our bread and butter this year?
Well, when the one game that I did out here when we played Lawrenceville, when Krippus was quarterback, he'd tuck in behind Rigdon and use Rigdon and Curl as these two lead blockers, and he was just picking up yardage left and right. But that now that Curl's injured and he's out, and Krippus is injured tonight, he's not playing, so we're calling back on our
well, that makes a big difference.
Sophomores.
Kicks out of bounds. That'll help the Tigers out. Yeah, I see Curl down there on the bench now. He's got some crutches with him.
Yeah, he messed up his knee last week down at Harrisburg. And it looks like they put some tape on Krippus' calf, and he's still sitting on the training table. Now he took his shoe and sock off, so this is not looking good for Krippus. So.
Well, they got more tape out,
yeah.
So. Krippus is going to let him tape anything they want if it'll get him back out there. Handoff up the middle. Short gain for the Tigers. Brady will just tell him to tape it all.
Yeah.
I just need one good one. 2:41, back to pass. Rogers over the middle.
And that's going to be picked off. There's a flag.
That'll bring the return back. That'll push him back past the 50, but.
That was number 4, Eric Meebach.
That ball went right into a cluster there. And the penalty is against Tolono. Illegal use of the hands. Will back him up. Flag was at the 46-yard line. And had a hard time counting there, but they finally push it back to the 44.
That's still not our ball, though, is it? It's got to be their ball, yeah.
Yeah, it's their ball. It's illegal use of the hands on the return, unfortunately.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Not before the catch, so. First and 10 for Tolono, 2:28 to go. Back to pass again. Plenty of time. Looking deep down the right side. It's got a man open. And it's complete.
I'm surprised they don't lob it deep more often.
Yeah.
Like the way it's going right now, I think I would just turn them loose down the run a fade every time and until we stop it. And there it comes. Poster out, touchdown. Tiger defender, I think, was on the ground there.
There's a flag for
celebrating.
Yep.
Unsportsmanlike conduct will be the penalty, and that doesn't sting as much when you score the touchdown. But when you're down there and you get it and you got to back up, it hurts a little more. Now, if we accept that, that goes on the kickoff, doesn't it? Not on the extra point?
Oh. I was trying to think who caught that touchdown pass. I think it was 7, wasn't it? Cohen?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He walked in without any trouble. The Tiger defender stumbled there, and in he went. And was tacked on to the extra point. They're going to push him back. It's going to be a 35-yard extra point attempt.
No good.
Nope. Drives, hits the official down there. Extra point no good with 2:12 to go. It's 26-0. Unity on Tolono-Unity on top. We'll be back in just a moment.
Moody Farms
On the
of
Paris
Paris
Sports
is a
Network.
proud supporter of Paris Tiger student athletes. Whether they're on the court, in the field, or in the classroom, Moody Farms wants to wish all of our Tigers the best of luck this year.
Just over 2 minutes to play. Lenny, at one point we were hoping just to go into halftime down by 1 score. It's kind of started getting ugly here.
For sure.
As the points just keep rolling right now for Tolono. Tigers back deep to return. They'll be standing down inside the 10-yard line. Now Maxwell set to kick. Bounces around, picks it up at the 10. And King doesn't have anywhere to go. Oh my goodness, swallowed him up.
Yeah.
Well, 2 minutes. You can't just sit on the ball here, so the Tigers will have to do their best to move the ball down the field.
So where'd they spot it at? About the 11? Finally?
Yeah, they're going to say the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Rogers back. Hands it off up the middle.
Rigdon bowls his way for about 5 or so. Yeah, maybe 4.
See where they spotted here as the clock just now gets under the 2-minute mark. Down to 1:40. Tigers not in a 2-minute drill of any sort here this deep in their territory. Pass outside. That was incomplete and probably just as well. But that was read all the way.
Yep.
Dylan Moore, the cornerback on that side, he read that play and he was flying in there. We got to have a way to fake that and something.
Do something else, yeah.
Go long, because they are all over that play right now. 3rd and 6 at the 16-yard line. Rogers looking to his right this time. Double move. Lobs it deep down the field. And just a little too high for Trey Lee. Falls incomplete. Now it's a 4th down. When they throw deep, it's one-on-one coverage. When we throw deep, he's triple covered.
Yep.
It's like they've got 14 guys out there or something. They're not going to send anybody back for the punt return. They were going for the block all the way. We get the kickoff. It bounces and rolls. Oh, it takes a Tolono bounce to around the 48-yard line. Minute 15 on the clock. Now, if you're Tolono, do you run a couple plays and go into halftime, or do you go for blood here and just try to put this game away?
Well, I don't know.
Do they get the ball back at the half?
No. We get the ball back because we won the toss and deferred.
Oh, okay.
I'd say they go for it. I mean, the way they could send guys deep, I'd just chuck it deep and
run a screen this time to the left side, complete. Pick up about 8 yards on the play. Aiden Porter, number 20, the junior. Going with a hurry-up offense. They want to score. Low snap. A little pressure on him this time as he rolls to his right all the way out of bounds, and he just steps out of bounds with it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Stops the clock at 48 seconds. Ball be at the Paris 45-yard line. Try and get the Tigers to jump. We jump, but get back. Defense can jump like that as long as they get back and get set. Keeps it himself. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Gets around the right end. And does he get out of bounds? Clock will stop while they move the chains. And they're going to call timeout. With 39 seconds, we'll go ahead and keep it right here. The Tiger defender jumped offside. That left tackle there for Tolono pointed at him. He's got to jump too. When that defensive guy jumps off like that and you're set early, you got to jump too. Oh, he pulled me off sides.
Yeah.
That's when you get that 5 yards, automatic 1st down, and that's an experience thing there. Because that wasn't a little flinch. We jumped about a foot. You come out of your stance like you're trying to pass block or something, and that defender will get that penalty. Well, if you're Coach Claude out there with your defense down, of course, I guess he wasn't out there this time.
Calhoun.
Yep, John was out there. Our defensive coach. I mean, all you can tell these boys, nothing behind you. 39 seconds. Keep them in front of you. You know, stay in your lanes. Nothing tricky or special here. We're just trying to protect at the moment. Fakes pass. Screen pass in. Oh, right into.
Oh, good job there.
Tigers read that one. Tolono wants another timeout.
England was on the tackle.
Boy, Tolono called a timeout. They draw a play up and threw it right into the Tiger coverage there. So, like to see that. you're never sure if we lined up for it and schemed against it or got lucky. But I guarantee you that most players and coaches will tell you that they were schemed perfectly for it all the time.
Yeah.
Luck doesn't exist. Unless you lose, and it's bad luck. So 34 seconds on the clock. A long second down with the ball at the 14-yard line. This front four for the Tigers tonight, not giving up a whole lot of yards up the middle. See if they can get some pressure on the passer now. Lobs it to a wide open receiver down the right side for the touchdown.
9.
He just ran by everybody. And this Rodden has got a good, nice, pretty deep ball on him. He's hit these receivers in stride. It's just a nice tight spiral. It's got a nice arc on it. There's not a receiver out there would like to see one of those coming at him going down the field, hit me in stride. Now the extra point attempt. Good snap. Kick this time is shorter. Wide to the right. Well, he's got a strong leg, but he's been inconsistent a few times. Still, though, the score at 32-0 with 27 minutes to go. Here, or 27 minutes, it feels like it. 27 seconds. We'll just keep it right here because we got halftime coming up in just a few moments. Oh, Lenny, I like to look at halftime and look at the keys to victory and think about what can we talk about come halftime. What are we going to do in the second half? I hope you got some ideas.
I don't know. We got to do something just to get respectable, but
it's a
when you're down 32-0, you just want to score. You don't care how. You just want to get some points on the board.
Quiet crowd right now for the Tigers. We have this place packed tonight. You know, I got here late, and unfortunately that means nearly parking at the Armory. We've got a lot of parking at this new high school, especially compared to the old one.
For sure.
And we just about filled it up tonight. There's guys parked out on the high school road there. And
well, like you said, a lot of people do park down that lane there at the Armory. And
could have ended up at the tennis courts, I guess, so it could have been worse. High kick. Taken back about the 7-yard line to King again. He's going to go clear across the field and try to outrun him to the sideline.
I don't think he's going to, though.
No. Pickup of about 4 yards. He gets out around the 11-yard line. He ran 45 yards.
Pretty close, yeah.
Only picked up the 4. 17 seconds.
Looks like they're going to spot it on the 12.
Gee, Lenny, I know it's not an exciting game, but you're not falling asleep on me over there, are you?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
That it has. Rogers back in the shotgun here. He'll take the snap and just hand it off up the middle. Rigdon doesn't have too far to go. And that'll be the last play of the first half. Now both teams start to exit the field. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in just a few moments on the Paris Sports Network.
For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use.
You have so much to give, continuing what we've begun, helping our families to truly live. I will, you will, together we will show some heart, do our part, take a compassionate stand for good, forever, for Edgar County, ECCF.
Edgar County Community Foundation.
Now on the front yard are your Paris Marching Tigers under the direction of drum majors Olivia Keys and Sammy Milam. Tonight the Marching Tigers will be performing the 2022 show titled Ritual, arranged and composed by Randall Standridge, with musical selection from Igor Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. The performance will include solos by Will Templeton on baritone, Ian Farrell on tenor saxophone, Graham Templeton on baritone saxophone, and Ethan Bice on alto saxophone. Now, let's enjoy Ritual. let's hear for the best band in the land, the Paris High School Marching Tigers. The Marching Tigers are led by Dr. Kevin Pruitt, Assistant Director Jessica Hendrickson, and Color Guard Instructor Zach and Haley Cassad, Percussion Technician Jonathan Warren, and Choreographer Carly Tessereau. We would like to wish the band best of luck tomorrow as they kick off their competition season in Monticello. One more time for the Marching Tigers.
Welcome back to the halftime show here on the Paris Sports Network after a great performance by our Marching Tigers. They get a little more creative every year, Lenny.
They do. I'm not real familiar with the routine they did this year. I'm not sure what ritual is.
Well, last year it was Pink Floyd.
Well,
that
yeah.
was more in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, exactly. I knew the songs, and I didn't really understand all the stuff they do, but hey, the band, they put a lot. I mean, they put just as much work and effort in as the football players.
Well, how many nights do we leave volleyball games out here, and the band is out here practicing?
That was
8 o'clock at night.
That was
parking
what I was
lot's
getting
empty.
to, yeah. But the band's still out here working.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have to wait for the football team to clear out. They're waiting till they're done with their other sports and stuff, and then they come out and put the hours in when it's dark and the grass is wet and the bugs are biting them. And so more power to our marching band, and Dr. Pruitt does a wonderful job with them. And we just really enjoyed their performance tonight. The performance we haven't enjoyed tonight has been our Tigers on the gridiron here.
Boy, that's for sure. Our offense just kind of went downhill fast when Krippus set most of the first half over here on the trainer table, getting tape put on his leg, ankle, and he only played a handful of plays. So we'll start though with Unity. I've got Cowden carrying the ball 4 times for 18 yards. I've got Matt Brown running the ball 12 times for 62. Throwing the ball, Rowden is 12 out of 16 for 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Wow.
Catching the ball, I got Will Cohen, 2 catches for 41. I've got Jay Saunders, 4 catches for 74. I've got Aiden Porter, 4 catches for 40. And Dalton O'Neill, 2 catches for 70. So that's pretty much the Unity. They scored, like I said, 5 times in that, all in the second quarter. We held them scoreless in the first quarter, so thought things were looking up. But when we didn't score down here on that one opportunity, when we had fourth down,
fourth and an inch,
and then we got a delay of game, that penalty just shot us in the foot, backed us up. And
the worst part of that is that it came out coming out of a timeout.
Yeah.
You've had time to prepare.
Exactly.
And somewhere the proverbial ball was dropped, and I can't explain it, and you could probably point the finger 12 different ways. You got 11 players, you got a coach, and
several coaches.
That's true.
I mean, if nothing else, call a timeout.
Call a timeout. We had, I believe, a timeout to go. So, and then the other one is being down on the other end and having the incompletion in the end zone. But then the 2 penalties. We got other penalties. We had multiple chances. We came back down the field.
Yep. But nonetheless, Brady Krippus carried the ball 4 times for 38 before he left, injured. Calvin Rigdon, I got 5 carries for 25 yards. Drew Rogers, 2 carries for 2 yards. And Mason Burns, I've got him 4 carries for 17. Throwing the ball, Krippus was 1 for 2 for 2 yards. Rogers is 5 out of 14 for 19 yards and 1 pick. He also had 1 fumble. Catching the ball, I got Trey Lee 1 catch for 14. And I got Ty King 4 catches for 5 yards, and Calvin Rigdon 1 catch for 2 yards. That's pretty much it. We've only been penalized 3 times, but the 2 of them that we had were huge. We had the unsportsmanlike in the end zone when Trey Lee thought he had the touchdown. They called it incomplete. He got an unsportsmanlike for that. That backed us up 15 yards. And then, like you said, when we had the delay when it was 4th and inches, that just pretty much shot us in the foot. So hopefully we'll regroup, come back out this second half. And
yeah, on a game like this, the mental errors sometimes are just as hard to overcome as the physical errors. So we can get things straightened out in the second half, come out and make some noise here early. You know, for your Unity, you're rolling out here in the second half pretty confident right now.
Oh, yeah, they've pretty well done whatever they wanted to do. So
well, hopefully they get a little sloppy and we can make some noise here. These halftime stats being brought to you by Cornerstone Building Brands and Seed Solutions. That's Chip and Bethany Keys. We want to thank them for their support. If you haven't already tonight, you're listening to the broadcast, or if you're listening on a replay, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, be sure to hit that like button. That helps us out, and the subscribe button as well, so you never miss a broadcast. So you'll get a notification. It'll pop up in your YouTube feed, and you'll know when the Tigers are playing, and we're able to carry them for you. So hit that subscribe button. Help us hit that magical 1,000 subscriber mark. That's what we're shooting for this season. And I am a little curious, Lenny. Have you checked? I don't know what our actual subscriber number here is. I'm going to look that up here.
I haven't looked lately. Last I looked, we was at like 937 or something like that, I thought.
972.
Wow, we're getting real close.
We are real close to hitting our 1,000 subscriber mark that we're shooting for this year. It's just fun to see those round numbers.
Yeah. Well, I was looking to see if Krippus is out there, but
he just came out on the back of the Gator.
He's still on the gale. That's not a good sign then. So
he's all wrapped up in ice, so I think he's on ice for the night.
It kind of looks that way.
And it's an odd injury down on the shin area. The ice is on the front of the leg.
I thought at first he was having cramps. Uh-oh.
Oh, that kick just died. He's going to have to pick it up at the 6-yard line. Gets by a couple guys, though. A pretty decent return for
as bad as it was. He
yeah.
Made something out of nothing. That's Quinn. Jaden Quinn. He pretty good speedster there.
Yes, he is. We've seen that in the past from him. .57", 140 pounds. He's a senior. Doesn't get the ball a whole lot, but when we've seen him in like some mop-up action there, he's got some wheels.
Looks like we're going to get the ball on the 27.
Yeah, 1st and 10 Paris at the 27-yard line. Rogers back in the shotgun, trips to the left. He's going to hand it off, though, straight back up there to Rigdon. He goes to the left and pick up about 6 yards.
Little counter play there. He started over to the right side, and then he cut it back to the left. So I think they're going to say 7.
I think so. 2nd and 3 now with the ball at the 34-yard line. Read option. That's the basis of this offense. There, he hands it to him again. Tries to bounce this one out to the left side and nowhere to go that time. You're going to give him about half a yard on that one, it looks like. 3rd down and 3 to go from the 34-yard line. Twins each side. They're going to shift Burns over to the right side and hand it to him off the left side of the line.
Boy, I think he might have got it. I don't know.
I think so. They're just going to move the chains.
Real close.
So if you're going to grade the Tiger offensive line tonight, I think the left side having a little more luck here in the second half in the running game. They seem to be holding their blocks over there just a little bit longer, giving him that little crack to run through. Burns will set up on the right side again. Pass to the right. Complete, and they are reading that.
Yes, they are. Pass was out to Wells, but
Caught the pass. He'd been better off just let it bounce off of him as he... Well, I guess he didn't lose any yards. I was sure he'd lost at least a couple.
Yeah, that's why I thought so too, but I'm guessing they're saying he's forward progress.
Trips to the right. Look for something deep to the left here. He's just going to run it to the left. Changes direction. And gets slammed to the ground after a couple.
Boy, number 82 laid the... Yeah, Langendorf.
6'3", 215-pound senior, and he put all 215 pounds into that tackle.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
And he plays outside linebacker on the right side, and he came all the way across the field to make that play. Drew drops back, tucks it in. And pass incomplete, nearly intercepted. Intended for Trey Lee.
It was tipped, that's for sure.
Yep.
Well, now it's going to bring up 4th down and 8.
I thought he was going to keep it as he got up near the line of scrimmage. He pulled it up and made the throw, and somewhere in there a hand got it going across the line of scrimmage. Back to kick. Taking a long time to get it off. Nice spiraling kick.
Nice high spiral kick. Going to hit and go out of bounds on about the 22-yard line. So
9:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 32-0 in Unity. Tolono-Unity now getting the ball back. I've seen several of his punts bounce backwards. I'm not a punter. What do they do when they kick to make it bounce forward rather than back? Is it spinning to the left instead of spinning to the right? It had a nice spiral on it.
yeah, it spiraled nice, but like you said, that somehow when it hit the ground.
Or can you even do that on purpose? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, those pros, they can do a pooch kick, and they
Oh,
can
yeah.
kind of kick a knuckleball when they want to, and
I've
some
seen
things
some
like that.
of them here this year. They've been, instead of holding the ball kind of parallel, they've been dipping the nose of it
Yep.
down, and
They're trying to get the kick end over end. That takes a little off of it. Oh, big gain right up the middle. Robert Wells there to finish off the tackle. Didn't see who was on the bottom of it, but it's a quick first down.
yeah, Brown picked up another 11. So
1st and 10 with the ball at the 33-yard line. Out of the shotgun. It's going to hand it off to Brown again off the right side.
there-
Turns a corner, another big gain. Running over a
just
defensive back.
running over people.
He knocked somebody about 5 yards downfield at the end of that one. He sent Adi Patel
20 yards
tumbling.
on that carry. So he's almost to the magic 100-yard mark. I got him 14 carries for 93 yards.
Ball out to the Paris 47-yard line, 8:32 to go. Hands off again. Stacked up this time at the line of scrimmage, though. That was Cowan or Cohen? Cowan, I think. Number 7.
Yep. He was the ball carrier that time?
Yes. At least I thought he was.
I thought it was Brown.
I thought it was odd that Brown wasn't the ball carrier.
Okay.
Fakes it to Brown, throws it deep, and just overthrows everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 11. So, with the Tigers
Somehow
hold, we're still hanging in there.
You know, even as bleak as the game looks, I see things every now and then. I'm like, hey, we got him in 3rd and long.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. You've done some things right to get him there. Got a guy wide open in the flat over here. And fortunately, just finally bumped him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Big first down. Give Rogers credit for the tackle. Trips to the right. Brown set to the left of Rodden. He's got to keep it right back up the middle. He's got a big seam, and he's gone.
There he goes.
38-0. 7:29 to go here in the third. This is about the quietest I've ever heard a crowd this big.
Yeah, not too much to cheer about if you're a Tiger fan.
And they're going to go for two. Try to draw them offside. Paris wouldn't jump, so they're going to call a timeout. I'm not sure why. Up 38-0. When you've been dominating since the second quarter, you try to go for two and draw them offsides and call timeout. Odd practice. Obviously, the coach wants to see something, wants to work on something with the boys.
Maybe.
This timeout being brought to you by Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home and Longview Bank and Trust. I do have to mention, if you want to be one of our sponsors this year or help us out, by all means, give myself, BJ Pheasant, or Lenny Irwin here a call. Get a hold of Jeff Chambers or Clay Bass or Jim Bloom. We'll be happy to set you up this year, either as a corporate sponsor or an affiliate sponsor. We have some families that like to sponsor as well because they've got relatives or they like to watch the games themselves. So we thank our affiliate sponsors: Steve and Lynn Young, Mary Lou Pine and family, Paul and Kathy Porter. A couple more I'll mention here in a moment. Fakes the handoff. Got him in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm like you, Beads. I'm not sure why they went for two, but.
All right, they didn't get it. 38-0. The score is 7:29 to go. We'll be right back in just a moment here on the Paris Sports Network.
Terry Elliston has been your good neighbor State Farm agent since 1981. They focus on auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance, along with financial products throughout Paris and the surrounding areas. Their mission is to put the interest of others ahead of their own. They're committed to doing whatever is needed to meet their customers' needs and to truly be a good neighbor by serving the community in which they work and live. Call State Farm for a free auto insurance quote at 465-8548.
$7:29 to go. Here in the third quarter, 38-0. Tolono on top. Again, I want to thank those affiliate sponsors. Get on through them there. Mark and Holly Winans at Winans Farms. Tom and Marnita Stuck. Step Farms and Excavation. I need to add them to our intro and outro. I didn't get them on there last night. And at last, Jim and Kay Taylor. Kind of a squib kick this time. It rolls out of bounds.
So. He's trying something on that kick because when he kicks that ball, it's like it's spiraling sideways. But
right. Almost like he's kicking the side of the ball rather than
head on.
So Jim might be the first ever sponsor to get to broadcast a game.
Maybe.
I believe so there. He and Kay are help us out this season, keep these games on the air. Big gain up the middle. Burris breaking tackles for the Tigers. Biggest gain of the night for the Tigers, I think, as he gets out to the 46.
We started on the 40, our 40. So
10, 14 yards.
Yep. That Krippus had a 24-yard gain
Okay.
in the first quarter. So.
It felt longer. I was all excited. They're going to give it to him again. This time he dances to the outside and breaks it up.
Almost broke another one.
9 yards on the carry. He did some of this early on in the first quarter. He had a couple good gains. And it's just a quick run right up the middle. Defense might be thinking pass at this point. The defensive line's thinking pass rush. They're going to come after us and able to slide by him there. 6:33 to go. Loose snap, gets on the ground, scrambling to the outside. He's got to keep it himself. Runs into a wall, and he is slammed hard.
45 there on the tackle for Unity. Brock Sudding.
Loss on the play. Brings us back to the 38-yard line. Loss of, about 5? 3rd and 6 now?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Wells and Patel out to the left. Lee to the right side. Hand off to Burris. And I thought he was met in the backfield, but that was Landon Ingram sliding by there. Threw me off, and he got back to the line, maybe a yard. Ball about the 39.5-yard line.
Well, we had 2nd and 9, and now we're 4th and 4.
Had 2nd and 1.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant, 2nd and 1. He gained 9 on that first down play is what I meant to say. But
Back-to-back big plays for the Tigers, and then fizzled. Out of the shotgun now, 3 receivers to the left, makes a handoff, right back over the middle, complete. First down for the Tigers, hang on to the ball.
Oh, no!
And Tolono gets it back. On the recovery, number 10, Gavin Moore. Pass was complete to Robert Wells. Down to the 31-yard line and fighting for the extra yards. Guy came in to hit him and just popped it out. Oh, the play action looked good. He hit him in stride. How frustrating is that when everything on the play clicks? And then just one of those fluke things. Hit him just right and out the ball comes. 5:09 on the clock here in the third. Tigers in a man defense. Nobody back for him. Will Cowan, number 7, the ball carrier, stretched out to the sideline. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 31. We're under 5 minutes to play and the third quarter. Oh, we got up in this press defense here. We had nobody farther than 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. The way they beat us on the deep ball, it was a little scary. All the DBs playing straight up man. Pass complete. Tackle broken. And it's up to Patel. No, maybe Rogers will have a chance. Got another one. Another touchdown saving tackle by Rogers. Hope Rogers is good at geometry. His angles are very good.
I was trying to see who caught the ball.
85?
Was it 85? I thought it was 20, but
20's in the backfield. There's definitely that big receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, they're taking him out now.
85. Warfel, okay.
Taylor Warfel. He just ran a little 5-yard out pattern. Beat his man and then was able to slip a couple tackles. 1st and 10, they hand it to Brown up the middle, and he's in for the score. 44-0. He's had his share of touchdowns tonight. Do you happen to know Tolono's record coming in? Are they undefeated?
2-1, I think.
2-1, okay. I missed a loss for him. Hey, we got a new kicker in there. Maybe that's why they went for it last time. Number 90. Kick is no good. The snap's no good, so he's going to scramble and put on the ground. 44-0 the score. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment on the Paris Sports Network.
Every day you see their lights coming and going. North American Lighting, an employer of choice, offers exciting careers and world-class benefits to its team members. In business since 1983, NAL is not only one of the leading employers in our local community, but they have grown to be the largest exterior automotive lighting supplier in North America. As a long-standing member of this community, NAL is rooting for the Paris Tigers this football season. Best of luck to the boys of fall.
Welcome back to Paris High School here on the Paris Sports Network. 44-0. Tolono on top. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers 1-2 on the season. Trending towards a 1-3 start here in our non-conference matchup against Tolono-Unity.
All right, on the extra point, I missed it. What happened?
The snap was no good.
Okay.
So Emerson Bailey, the kicker, picked it up and ran to the side and got tackled.
So it was no good then.
Nope. Another one out of bounds. And that was Bailey, number 90, kicking off. I wonder if anything's happened to their kicker or they just realized they're up by a ton. So let some other guys try it here.
Well, Beej, if we don't put some points on the board, it'll be a running clock next quarter.
Yes, it will. Looking at other games on the schedule tonight, Casey Westfield's at Robinson. Lawrenceville is at Mount Carmel. Marshall is at Alney. Red Hill is at Newton. I don't have any scores for any of those at the moment, but that's what we've got going. Big gain again for the Tigers. Burris. I said Burris. Burns. Big gain that time. Down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 at the 42. 2:54 to go. They're going to hand it off to Burns again. And they're going to get him after a gain of about 2. Second and 8.
I'm giving
him 1.
I'm giving him 1.
Yeah. After seeing that spot, he didn't make it to the 40. Two backs in the backfield. Fakes it to the first one, gives it to the second one coming through. Still breaking tackles, getting through everybody. Still trumping. Look at him go. Calvin Rigdon down to the 16-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 17-yard line. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. He earned every bit of that. My goodness, out the shotgun again, hand off to Burns. Tries to go off left tackle. He's going to pick up a few yards. About 6 yards.
Yeah, looks about like that, yeah.
Long 5 maybe. We'll see what they give him. Yep, 6. So it's 2nd and 4 from the 11-yard line. Two backs in the backfield again. Gives it to Rogers. Or not Rogers. Rigdon. Rogers gave it to Rigdon. And they're going to give him a yard.
I'm like you. I got this pole in my road now.
Yeah, it's okay until they get down around the end zone, and one of us is going to struggle. But that's okay. Compared to the old pagoda, I will take it.
Yep, for sure. And we even got heat and air in here now, so.
Spoiled. Windows that I can see through. Not swaying in the wind. Handoff up the middle. Stutters a little bit. Drives ahead for the first down. Rigdon coming off a little ginger there. Quinn goes in and picks up the first down. Boy, he's a little guy out there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got the speed, though. Scoots to the outside, puts the head down, though. He will drive it in for the touchdown. Time expires in the third quarter as Quinn punches it in for the score. 44-6. The Tigers finally get on the board. It looks like they're setting up the extra point attempt. Rogers, the holder for England. Pressure was there. That one was blocked. At the end of the quarter, it's 44-6. Tolono on top. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Paris Sports Network.
For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use. Country Financial representatives Mark Gladding, Jim Blue, Katie Schopfmeyer, and Dan Phipps proudly support our student athletes. Give them a call at 465-8320 or stop by their office at 802 North Main Street in Paris.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action, being brought to you by Moody Farms and Terry Elston, State Farm Insurance. A fresh 12 minutes on the clock, but as you said, Lenny, this will most likely be a running clock with a
44-6 score, so yeah.
Is it a 40-point advantage or 30?
I thought it was 30.
In the fourth quarter? That sounds right. I hope it's right. Tigers out to kick off now. England doing the kicking duties. Looks like Cowan back to return at the 10-yard line. And here's the kick. Short end over end kick. Takes an odd bounce, bounces around a little bit. Tigers won't get to it in time, but not much of a return either. I thought it was Cowan, but that was number 6 back there. On the return, I don't even have a 6.
Nope, I don't either. Looks like Unity's going to start on about their 34-yard line.
You know you've got the game in hand when your coaches leave early.
Yeah, from up on top come down. Yeah.
The Tolono coaches, not the Paris coaches, Tolono coaches, they're going to go ahead and start heading over to the other sideline.
Let's see who the ball carrier was that time.
16. A lot of new faces out there. Ryan Rink, the ball carrier. 2nd and 10 now from the Tolono 34-yard line. New quarterback back in the shotgun, scrambles to his right. Picks up a couple on the scramble, and that is Rink. Tigers got a few fresh bodies out there on defense as well. The freshman on the tackle there, number 2, Carrick, Mason Vitale.
Oh, this guy. There we go.
Number 81,
5.
Yep. Brady Parr jumped. Look at our schedule. Next Friday, the boys have a Saturday game. 1 o'clock.
Really?
At Marshall, yeah. Looks like there's a Saturday game every week for somebody in the conference. Number 26, the ball carrier, scoots across the line of scrimmage, picks up about 4 or 5 yards there.
26 is Halen Daly.
Up until the last week of the season, there is a Saturday game. That's a little unusual, especially Paris and Marshall. It's not a travel issue. Next week, Lawrenceville will be at Casey, Mount Carmel at Albany, Newton at Robinson, and Paris will play Marshall at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. There's a punt. High kick, not real long. Takes a great Tolono bounce. Paris needs to just let it go wide. I'm not sure why we bothered to touch it. They whistled the ball dead. So it's going to stay Paris ball. They're going to bring that back, but
well, yeah, my schedule must not be right because it says Friday 9:24 Marshall away at 7 p.m. But
well, I'm looking at the
9:24 though would be Saturday.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Little Illini website at the moment.
You're probably right.
Now it's got Marshall playing Paris at 1. They're still discussing things over there, explaining to the other coach. And then on the next week, Marshall plays Red Hill at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Inadvertent whistle. They better be glad it's a blowout. And that would make some people very upset. Because the Tigers, you're not downing the ball there. He was trying to pick it up. That's a live ball.
Yeah, I was like you, Beach. Wasn't really understanding. I'd have just fell on it, you would have thought.
Yeah. Or it's a punt. You let it go.
Yeah. And let them down it.
Yeah. Or nobody. You can walk away from that when the official will just blow a dead ball whistle. I think that might have been what he was going to do, thinking that surely he's not going to pick it up, it's just routine. This one bounces, and this time everybody just gets away from it. Tolono will down it. It'll be 1st and 10 for Paris at the 36-yard line. Clock running down to 6:20 now.
Well, I guess if you're the Tigers, though, you want to go ahead and at least try to punch another one in.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to have some fresh bodies out there. Now, if you're coming in, this may be scrub time, but that's you can't get down on yourself as a player if you're coming in a mop-up time like this, because this is your audition.
Well, we still got some seniors out there. Winans is still out there. Camden Crowder's still out there. Ingram's still out there on the line anyway. Oh, man, there's a fumble, and they picked it up, and he's going to the house.
Quinn there for the tackle. He just picked that up and took off with it on the bounce. Andrew King.
I'm not sure who actually fumbled it, though, whether it was Rogers that fumbled it or who he was trying to hand it off to.
It's hard to say because it wasn't – I don't think he got the snap cleanly. So it was one of those things where I don't think he ever really had control of it as he was handing it off.
So I guess it's got to be a Rogers fumble then.
Yeah, probably. It's like a quarterback getting the incompletion when somebody doesn't catch it. Unfortunately, if you're the quarterback or the pitcher, you get all the negative stats.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes, 44-6 the score. Tolono back with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Paris 17-yard line, and they've got to delay a game. They're subbing so many guys in now they don't even know who's on the field. So delay a game penalty. The clock just keeps running though. Now heading back up to the line of scrimmage. They're just going to hand it off right back up the middle.
Man,
Big hit in the backfield. Cohen Brinkerhoff, number 55, the sophomore, made the initial contact deep in the backfield. Didn't make the tackle, but he stood him up and slowed him down enough for everybody else to get there. Big loss on the play of 5 yards, make it 2nd and 15 now from the Paris 24. Time slowly ticking away down near the 3-minute mark. Another flag.
Yep.
Well, if it wasn't a running clock, the game might not end. You know, there's a parent out there thinking, man, my kid just got in the game. I want to watch him play, and they're watching minutes roll off the clock here with penalties. Slant pattern, incomplete. And intended for number 6. Jeff doesn't have his name over there on the PA system either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Creeping up on the 2-minute mark now. 1 play per minute. That's
about it,
That's about what we're averaging right now. Snap to Rink. Keeps it up the middle. He'll pick up a few. Well, they're going to give him 5 yards. 3rd and 15. Or is that 4th down? It is 4th down at 15.
4th and 15.
Back to pass, lobs it into the end zone, incomplete. Had a guy open. Rink couldn't quite hit him. It'll turn over on downs. The Tigers will get it back now. Under a minute to play.
Time they get out there, though, they might run one play. That's going to be about it.
Yeah. 25 seconds on the play clock. 35 on the game clock. They'll have to run at least one here. Snap got away from him, and he's crushed in the backfield. That's Braden Rogers back there now. That might have been Braden that fumbled earlier, actually. You got 18 and 10. Trying to see the number at a distance. The way he handled that snap there, it kind of looked like the last one.
Yeah.
Your final score, 44-6. The Tigers fall to Tolono-Unity. Kind of a rough end to this one. Tigers will be on the road now. They got crutches down there.
Yeah, we got
for
Krippus and Curl both out there in crutches.
My goodness, what a difference two guys make. It really changed the personality of the team down there on the field. Boy, oh boy. Well, 44-6, the final score. We'll be back here in just a moment with a post-game show. Stick around. You're watching the Paris Sports Network. It's the Paris Sports Network post-game show, and it's being brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust and North American Lighting. Well, Lenny, you got some stats for us. Some of them aren't real pretty, but we can share them nonetheless.
I'm not sure I want to do Uni stats because they're pretty impressive, so I think we'll just skip Unity and we'll do the Paris stats. Krippus, before he got hurt, had 4 carries for 38 yards. Rigdon, 9 carries for 55 yards. Jaden Quinn had 2 carries for 10 yards and our lone touchdown. Drew Rogers had 4 carries for a -1. Mason Burns had 11 carries for 69. And Braden Rogers had 1 carry for -5. Throwing the ball, Krippus was 1 out of 2 for 2 yards. And Drew Rogers was 7 out of 17 for 27 yards and 1 interception. Catching the ball, I had Trey Lee with 1 catch for 14. Robert Wells, 2 catches for 8 before he fumbled the ball right after he made that last catch. Ty King had 4 catches for 5, and Calvin Rigdon had 1 catch for 2. Right at the end of the third quarter, with no time left on the clock, it was a 4-yard run by Jaden Quinn, but the kick was no good, and that ended up being your final, 44-6. So Tigers a rough night tonight as we lost our quarterback Krippus to an injury, and we'd already lost Ethan Curl to an injury last week down at Harrisburg. So
sometimes it's a game just who can stay the healthiest. You got to have your best players on the field, and it's going to take some guys stepping up, and we can get into our depth here a little bit, I guess. Other games going on in the conference tonight. We mentioned Casey Westfield at Robinson, Lawrenceville at Mount Carmel, Marshall at Olney, and Red Hill at Newton. Next Friday, Lawrenceville will head to Casey, Mount Carmel will go to Olney, Newton at Robinson, and then Paris will play on Saturday, 1 o'clock game at Marshall. Looks like we've still got Olney on the schedule.
We should still
and
have
Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel and Robinson.
And then we finish up at Newton
So
on the 21st.
just about all conference games left now that we got our non-conference schedule out of the way. So, and it wasn't very kind to us this year, Beej.
No, it wasn't. You look back at our season so far, 35-7 non-conference loss to Harrisburg, but then we came back and beat Lawrenceville 60-16.
That was before we went to Harrisburg.
Okay.
We lost the opening game of the season to Casey.
Oh, I'm looking at the schedule backwards. That's it. It's listed from bottom up. So that's right. We lost to Casey 19-7, and then beat Lawrenceville 60-16, and then the lost last week. So I was looking for the conference standings and don't see them posted at the moment. So stalling a little time to see if Coach is going to come up tonight. I think he's making his way up the ramp at the moment.
Yep, looks like he's heading that way. So
take a moment, thank our sponsors tonight: Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions, that's Chip and Bethany Keys, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, State Farm, Terry Ellison Insurance, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial, Jim Blue and Mark Gladding, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram's Waste Disposal, the Skating Rink, that's CJ and Mary Jo Becker, North American Lighting, First Farmers Bank and Trust.
and our affiliate sponsors, Stephen Lynn Young, Mary Lou Pine Family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Winans Farm, Mark and Holly Winans, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Step Farms and Excavation.
All right, we're joined now by Tiger
Rough one tonight.
head coach, Coach Claude. Boy, a game like this, Coach, I'm not real sure where to start, and I'm sure you feel the same way when you address the boys after the game. I mean, where do you go from a game like this?
Well, first of all, we knew going into this thing that obviously you had one of the state's perennial powers coming into this place. And we knew the schedule obviously was going to be difficult going into this year. Obviously, we would certainly like to be more competitive than that. And I really felt like our kids came out really intense and locked in and ready to go. And we got a takeaway early in the game and got a short field. Missed a pass in the back of the end zone, and then compounded that with a personal foul, which put us in jail. And then we missed a screen that was, I thought we'd still be running for days with a chance to kind of, go up 7-0, and they go down and make it 7. And then it's 13-0, and we're on a drive again with doing some different wrinkles and some things to try and create some space for our guys. And we get 4th and 1, and that's on me on the delay game. And I never heard the whistle play clock blow, and we had a lot of things going, a lot of talking going on about what we wanted to do and suggestions from people. And I should have just nixed it, and I thought about it too long and went. So that one was on me without question, and put us in 4th and 6 instead of 4th and 1 there, and we didn't convert. But at the end of the day, we got to make plays. And then we can't get down and then quit doing the things that we're taught to do. We get down and we start deviating from the little things. We start kind of doing our own thing, and then when you start doing your own thing, then bad things happen. It's the end of the half. You could get out of there maybe at 26 or what have you, and you're in quarters back there, and they can't run through the zone and catch a home run ball with 30 seconds to go. If it's one thing, if they catch it underneath and make you look crazy and make everybody miss, and you can't tackle and they go the distance, but you can't let receivers just run through a quarter zone when you're back there and get a home run ball. I thought our backs ran pretty hard at times. But we're not that team that can line up and just go bang, bang, bang. We have to create plays out in space, and we have to start hitting some downfield throws because that takes some pressure off those offensive linemen at times, and we're just not able to connect and hit on some of those things. And then when we are, we don't catch it, and you have to catch the football if you're going to throw the football. And then, truth of the matter is, you think games like this with a schedule like this can make you better. Obviously, you want to be more competitive, and it's tough sledding right now. When you look down there and you see 15-5 on crutches, who are your two probably best all-around overall most disciplined football players on crutches, it can be a little deflating. And I thought we were rolling. I thought the two quarterback thing was going. Brady was getting some carries downhill and doing what he does really well. Drew was able to kind of come in and do some of the things that we really think his talents and some of the things that we believe that he can do. We kind of made a nice couple drives there. But when you see those two guys on crutches, it makes for a whew. And then, like I said, we just can't quit. Can't quit doing what we're doing, at least what we're coached to do. And we have to figure some things out. Obviously, this is a game that can make us better. But at the end of the day, the long look in the mirror right now is some of these teams that were playing non-conference. And like I said, we're not making excuses. We knew this was going to be the schedule, and we knew it was going to be tough sledding for a little bit, but we thought it could prepare us for a little Illini football play. We're playing 13, 14 guys all the time, two ways, because those are the guys that can play at this level, that are prepared in their bodies and their strength and what have you, and their minds, and being in the program, they understand how to play in games. We're playing 13, 14 guys, and when you're playing programs like this that are playing a bunch of one-way players, it's easy to get gassed. It's not because you're not in physical condition. It's just because it becomes a long game when there's 13, 14 guys and they're constantly fresh, and that sounds like an excuse, but it's also the reality of the situation.
It really is. Even I notice that special teams, they'll throw 5 or 6 different numbers out there just on a punt.
Right.
And that gives your guys that extra 30 seconds to catch your breath before the next play. It really adds up over the course of the game. And not to take anything away from Tolono, we had our errors, but it was a good team tonight, good offense, good defense.
Yeah, well coached. They're one of the best in the state, and they have been for about a 20-year period. But, everybody kind of takes their dip. People forget that that's a team that played in the state championship game last year, and, they're 2 years removed from being 3-6. So everybody kind of takes their turn a little bit, but we're not going to let our guys off the hook. We're 1-3. Obviously, we're not happy to be where we're at, and we've played a couple really, really good football teams without question. But we're still in control of our own destiny. Obviously, we know we've got some tough ones ahead of us. And the only thing we can do is roll up our sleeves and go back to work and try and get better and get prepared for the games ahead of us. Obviously, next weekend's Honeybee Weekend and a lot going on. But our focus isn't going to be Honeybee Weekend. While we hope everybody enjoys the festivities and everyone's home and all that, our focus is going to be Saturday at 2 o'clock, getting on the bus and going down the road and playing the team down south at 2 p.m. and trying to get this train back on the track a little bit.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll be rooting you on, and the best of luck, and we'll let you get back to work.
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate
it.
Thank
Go
you.
Tigers.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Paris Tiger head coach Jeremy Clodfelter checking in with us after the game. We always appreciate his visits, and that post-game interview brought to you by Ingram's Waste Disposal and Lake Ridge Christian Church. So, Lenny, a Saturday game next week, a little different wrinkle, so we'll have all the festivities going on here in town and everybody else heading down there for the ball game. So we'll be there carrying that one for you here on the Paris Sports Network. Any final thoughts before we sign off tonight?
That's just like Coach said. You lose two of your best athletes to injury, and that's tough, and that's when the young guys, even though they're maybe only sophomores, they're going to have to step up now and carry the load. So, and I'm sure we'll be prepared. We'll be ready to go next Saturday, and we'll see a different Tiger team than we seen tonight for sure.
Absolutely. All right, for Lenny Irwin, I'm BJ Pheasant, thanking everybody for tuning in tonight. We want to thank Nathan Bell for helping us with the technical aspects of the broadcast tonight as well. We'll see you again next week, and maybe some volleyball games next week as well. Stay tuned here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you always find out when we're coming up on the air. You've been listening to Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network.
You've been listening to Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust, North American Lighting, Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, Terry Elliston State Farm Insurance, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, the Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram Waste Disposal, the Skating Rink, and our affiliate sponsors, the Mary Lou Pine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.